I'm on Fort Myers Beach, and I'm going to take you on a little run tour of some of the favorite parts of the island today that I normally hit while I'm running. Just kind of warming up with a walk. It's a little cold today, about 44 degrees right now at 7:30. That's St. Ralph's Church. It just reopened after the hurricanes. They reopened about 6 months ago, but pretty well-known historic church on the island, close to where we live when we stay here. Nice quiet neighborhood back here where we have our property. There's Publix. It's the only grocery store still on the island. Years ago, there used to be a second one. It's about Center Island. A couple restaurants back there too behind it. But that's the only place to get groceries. There's the main Center Island Park, town park. Here's the parking lot of the Mountain House. It's a little like probably a fifth of a mile stretch where I can get a little bit of soft surface gravel. It's a pretty cool area. This is the road that I run on for, it gets me off Estero Boulevard for like probably about a mile, which is nice because Estero Boulevard is the only road that goes all the way through the island. And I'm able to get away from the traffic for like a mile or so. It runs parallel with it. Used to be a couple restaurants right there. Got taken away during Hurricane Ian. The big building in front of us is the library. Very big library for the beach. Got some food trucks now since about half the restaurants still aren't open. There's been food trucks on the island in the last 3.5 years. So my route used to take me through a nature's preserve, which is straight ahead. And I could loop on trails for about a mile or so. But still not open since Hurricane Ian. So now I just turn here, go past the elementary school. That's still not open. And probably won't ever reopen, to be honest, unfortunately. So this is a big city park. Used to be a bunch of nice baseball fields. They haven't rebuilt them yet. They did build this loop here that I started running on. Oh, it's probably a third of a mile. So I loop around here. It's like indoor exercise facility there for the island and pickleball courts and things like that over there. community swimming pool. I'm back on Estero Boulevard here. Brand new fire station, very large. Still just tons of construction going on. This used to be the lot where Heavenly Biscuit was, which was probably the most popular breakfast place on the island. And then right across the street was Mom's, which the building got destroyed as well. Now she's operating out of a trailer. Still has the best cinnamon rolls anywhere I've ever had in my life. So typically sometime after I pass Mom's breakfast place there, I try to hit the beach for like a mile or so. Every now and then I'll stay on the roads on the way out and then take the beach the whole way back. But the last few runs I've been hitting the beach over here for just like a mile. There's been a lot of seaweed and stuff. The tides have been weird lately, bringing in a ton of seaweed, so I'm not doing extensive mileage on the actual sand itself right now. This is the start line of where the New Year's Eve 5K usually is. Where you basically run out a mile and a half and back a mile and a half on the beach. Looks like we got low tide right now. This isn't bad right now, it's pretty packed. I try to get close to the water, so where it gets a little bit wet. It's like perfect to run on typically. Nice and packed. As you see, there's a decent amount of algae washed ashore. It's Margaritaville. It's basically brand new. They started construction like 4 years ago. It opened about a year or so ago. That's what's left of the Fort Myers Beach Pier after Hurricane Ian. They're supposed to start construction on a new one this spring, I believe. Probably early summer. This is what's left of Times Square. It's like one of the bigger hits of anything on the island. The first 2 rows of commercial properties were completely gone, wiped away. The first row won't be allowed to rebuild at all because they were grandfathered into the new floodplain, but now it's unbuildable. Like right here, there used to be buildings where I'm running. A lot of trailers are still set up for selling things. Looks like we have a farmer's market this morning. We'll kind of run around. Nice little farmer's market happening. So now we're running through Times Square, which is the main commercial hangout spot on the island. Here's 2 lots where, well, basically 3 lots where buildings completely wiped out. This one still hasn't done anything, but it's still sitting here. Still places for rent. We got a little ways to go yet, like I think a couple more years till we get fully back. That's Yucatan Grill, which is my favorite place. Very cool hangout bar, decent food. Through the years, it's always been my favorite. About 4.5 miles into the run right now, so we'll kind of swing through here and start heading back towards the house. I like it here in the mornings because it's really quiet. I could actually run on the roads if I wanted to, like I am right now. This is Wahoo Willie's. It was the first restaurant on the entire island to open after Hurricane Ian, which was a blessing for everybody on the island because they needed to somehow try to slowly start getting back to normal, which that helped a lot. Having a place to go, drink beers and eat food, and forget about, you know, rebuilding your home for a few minutes, you know, while you're eating dinner and drinking at the bar. "100% of the properties on Fort Myers Beach during Hurricane Ian were impacted. I can't see any way that any property didn't sustain at least $100,000 in damage. The entire island took, at minimum, depending on where you're located, 10 feet of flood water into your property, into your house. Our property took about 10.5 feet inside our house. So when that happens, you have to completely gut everything in the entire house down to the studs. And that's if your house was still standing, because about 1/3 of the homes were completely blown away and gone. Once people were allowed to return their properties and discovered if they still had a house there or not, we were one of the fortunate ones that did. Margaritaville, backside of it. There's the Margaritaville pool, kind of behind me. Right there's the beach whale that completely rebuilt. They built a really nice place. Used to be a hardware store there. Now they're operating out some trailers. Great new beach bar building behind it. And that's Fort Myers Beach, at least the the route that I usually take. Just kind of cooling down now a little bit as I walk back to the house. But yeah, I mean, I'm modest, like 740 mile pace, easy run, and I do a long run tomorrow of some sort and go the other direction off the island, south, and go over the bridge and probably loop around this little park, county park called Lover's Key. So thanks for checking it out, and like and subscribe if you want to follow along. I'm new to YouTube, of course, so any followers and subscribers, that I get from here on out, I'd be grateful for. And I plan on doing some pretty cool stuff over the next couple of years. Doing a Boston build-up right now, starting one, kind of late Boston build-up. And then I've got some, an ultra marathon planned for later in the summer, and possibly some FKT and through hike adventures coming up over the next few years as well.